Hey guys and girls, Nuka-Cola Cutie here, and today we have a special Sims build. This is a collaboration with Margot Rhita. She built this beautiful house you see here, and I downloaded it and did a little bit of a renovation on it. She did the same with a house of mine, so you'll be able to find that on her YouTube page with sometime soon. And you can also find a video for the build that she did that I downloaded on her page. I will leave links in the description below, both to her regular YouTube page and to this build specifically. So you can find it there and download it on the gallery as well. I have not put the renovated one on the gallery yet, but I will do that. I will do that soon. So the vision for the house was really difficult because it was so great to begin with. I really struggled with changing it, and it seemed to have such a personality the way it was built that I couldn't figure out if it was going to have more than one personality. So it took me a minute, but once I figured out the vision, the house itself came together really nicely. Now I did watch her build of the video, so I saw kind of what the interior was like, and then a few days later is when I recorded mine. When I placed the house, I did not place the furnished version, so I'm not really sure what we did the same and what we didn't, if anything. I tore out all the walls, except for the downstairs bathroom pretty much, and redid a layout on the upstairs and everything. So I don't know, I didn't want the previous build to dictate what this build was going to look like. I wanted to give it the option to be completely different if it kind of came together that way. So this was a pretty different spot. The whole roof, I loved that roof. I was actually going to make it a balcony, but I couldn't make it look right because of the top floor just looked too flat. It just looked too flat up there. So I changed it and just did the double windows, and then the upstairs on this, so the downstairs part is going to be a dining space, and then the upstairs part is going to be a toddler's bedroom. So she got, the little toddler, she got like the best view in the house because those windows are awesome. The other windows that I chose for this house ended up being smaller. I didn't want there to be, like with most of the other houses, they're pretty much made of windows in my little modern neighborhood in Nuka Crest. I'm calling it Nuka Crest now. It's so cute. It's pretty much become a whole neighborhood of just things that I've built or things that I've downloaded that are just phenomenal, and I will have to show you guys some of those very soon. But the windows, back to the windows, were difficult because I didn't find smaller windows kind of like these that I thought actually matched. So I ended up choosing the closest thing to it I could find, but the only difference was they were kind of more like wood and wooden texture, whereas these are more modern, so there's like smooth textures. If you don't zoom up on it like I tend to do while I'm building, you wouldn't really notice, but I did. And I tried so hard to find numerous different ways to make it work, but these windows ended up looking the best to make it kind of look like, I don't know, like it wasn't made of windows in essence. I just didn't want this one to look that way. So I think that it turned out beautifully, and I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to have my Sims live in these homes because I'm finding families or making families to live in each of these homes in Nuka Crest. So they're all have families in them that I've never played, and it's killing me that I have not played these. I want to play them so bad, but I don't want to play them until the town is done, and I haven't even started the fairy tale side. So I've been really struggling with just keep building or start playing. So right now I'm waiting it out. We're going to keep building and start the fairy tale side. I'm going to start that on Tuesday. I will be streaming on Twitch. I think it's from 10 to 12 I will be streaming. And so I'm going to be building my first fairy tale version home for the other part of Nuka Crest. So for the other neighborhood here. I decided for the center section, if you know anything about Nuka Crest, there's the one section at the bottom-ish That's this section. It's got a lot of the bigger lots and everything. Then there's a side section that has a few larger lots, and then they're mostly longer lots. Those lots I decided are mostly going to be commercial lots. Like they're going to be, I think, a coffee shop and a library, maybe a park, those kinds of things. I think maybe there'll be one house over there. Maybe. So I'm going to have it kind of transition as the neighborhood continues on. Like the first 2 lots will be more fairy tale themed. The middle lot will be a mixture of fairy tale themed and modern themed. And then the other 2 lots closest to this part of the neighborhood will be modern themed. So it will everything will kind of flow together. And so far I have found some lots that I like on the gallery for the commercial parts. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use those specifically or if I'm going to make some, but there's some really awesome options on the gallery to download for parks and wedding venues. There's a lot of awesome wedding venues. There's some really great coffee shops. Actually, Margot, I did see on her page, she has this awesome coffee shop. I think she's got a few of them, but I loved I think it was called Cup of Joe, maybe? I can't remember now. But there was a really cute coffee shop in there that I just loved. It was helped with the modern thing, and I liked that a lot. So that is in there. I used these, I can't see very well now, but I used those little like lit columns, which I thought was kind of, I don't know, I just thought that was kind of fun. Kind of added something to it. They're not, when it's dark, it's not like bright or anything, but I thought it was really cool looking. And I added this little porch back here just because I wanted it to have easier access. I'm going to put the planter boxes back out here. There were 3 previously. I'm going to put those back, and I wanted there to be an easier way to get to there. And then I also wanted a place to put like the outdoor trash can, so that you could take the trash out, or the butler could take the trash out, whoever you choose to take the trash out can take the trash out and not have the trash can be all right there on the front of the house. So that I added just that little part. There's really not a lot to it. It just wanted to have an easier access without having to walk around the place to get to the planter boxes. So I did that, and then I didn't really change anything much with the pool. I think I might have changed the tile around it or the stone or whichever. And then I added a diving board and a bunch of landscaping. But other than that, I didn't really change anything with that because it's a pretty cool shaped pool right there on the house. I love the way it came together there. She did a great job on this whole place. So I did, there was a little place in the front that she had, like a little raised place that looked like it might have been, I think it was in her video, she put a hot tub on it. I took it out because I wanted the space for the landscaping. I didn't end up using all of it, but I liked the way it looked without it there for this design of the house. But I did end up putting a hot tub on the deck because I could. It's a really big deck, so it kind of becomes one of those things like, what do I put on this thing? Because I don't want my people to just like live outside, but it's such a great deck that you just want to have your people out on it. So I added like a little cooking area, and then a covered eating area, and a bar, and then the hot tub. And so there's even more space there to add even more things, which is, I love. It's add your own personality to it. Another thing you'll find is that on the interior there are a number of blank areas on the walls. I did that because I wanted the family to have the children's paintings, the adult, whoever's painting or drawing, or you go out to dinner and they draw on the thing, you can bring it home. I wanted that to kind of fill the house a little bit, to kind of add some warmth that I didn't think that the just basic artwork was going to add. So the family that I moved in here will probably put, some selfies and some pictures and some family photos and that kind of stuff on there. I chose some artwork that didn't necessarily fit the modern theme either. It came with a vampire pack actually. It was more Victorian. I kind of felt like maybe they would have the occasional pieces like that, and that were possibly like family member portraits or something, some kind of artwork that they inherited. So I kind of liked that idea for it. So I didn't stick strictly to the modern themed artwork. So, and I did add these little planter boxes. I don't know why specifically I chose to do it this way. I'm sure there were probably other ways to accomplish this look without having to put these little planter boxes, but I just loved the way that the plants looked going over the side of the planter boxes. It kind of added not really height, because it didn't change anything really, but I liked the way that through it you could see the tiles, and it looks kind of classy, I thought. So I added all of that on top of each other, which is probably pretty expensive for most people. Probably like, dang, it's such a waste putting those stinking planters that already had plants in it on there with more plants. And there is lots of stuff that I've noticed that to fill up stuff, to put have the bushes look extra full and stuff, you'll put like 3 bushes on top of each other pretty much, and that's money that these Sims are having to spend. So that's a little unfortunate, but unfortunately they're just gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to, because that's what's gonna make it look the best. So they'll have to just get used to it. So pretty much for the pool, other than adding the diving board, this is like pretty much all I did, was just a little bit of greenery. I think it looks pretty cute. And then it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to light it, because it just didn't. I don't want you to look at the pool and see the lights right away, but I felt like there wasn't any lights in there that I could really put in there, that you didn't just be like, yep, there's lights, there's 1, 2, but I ended up choosing these and only putting them on the back side, pretty much on the house side, not on the other side, so that from the deck you probably wouldn't see them in the pool. And then I added my newest little gum, I think it's called the gumdrop bush, I can't remember now. I added that. It's going to be my little signature. I put it on my lot, and it actually has a space that makes sense. It's not just hidden in there. It actually has its own little home. Then I chose the mailbox that I always seem to choose. This is the finished exterior. I think it looks really nice. I thought it turned out really pretty. I feel like I kind of am sticking with the same theme a little much, but I like it and it works for me. And everything about it, even though maybe the plaster's the same, or everything is different when you go to personalities of the places. And then this is the living area that I put in the sunroom. It's got a chess table and this little art corner. This is kind of what I put in for them to kind of do their own art for the walls. This is the little dining area. I thought it was so cute when it was finished. And the kitchen, it's also, walls are a little bit bare. I could have added at least a little bit of something, but I wanted the artwork to come from the family. This is the inherited artwork, I'm gonna call it. This is the little kitty corner. We're hanging out upstairs. This is the toddler's bedroom. I think it's so adorable. The little toddler that I chose to live here is so cute. So I put, oh no, I didn't even notice the little dollhouse is a little bit in the bedroom on accident. This is the like more grown-up version. So for the child or teenager, this would be her room. And then this is the master bedroom. I kind of chose to go really colorful for the kids' rooms and a little on the colorful side for the master room, but not as colorful as the kids' rooms. I wanted them to be very bright and sunny. And this is the view from the back, the little porch with the gumball. And that is the finished product. I love it. I think it turned out beautifully, and I hope that you love it, and I hope that you will go to Margot's site and watch her videos of the amazing builds that she does. I know you will be impressed, because I am just floored at how wonderful that these places can turn out. So don't forget to go to her site and subscribe, and if you did like this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below, and subscribe to see the next one. And I will see you guys next time as we continue to play all the games.